The U.S. role in the Syrian refugee crisis is beginning to take form. In New York, protesters called for a humane response to a tragedy that has affected millions with no place to go.
Humanitarian aid, what we ask for more than anything else, no flying zone for the people.
Layli Kashani called the U.S. government's failure to respond more aggressively criminal. The United States has accepted roughly 1,500 refugees thus far.
The United States does bear responsibility for the conflict and the belligerence in the Middle East, and the least it can do is offer safe haven to many, many more refugees than it's been accepted.
Activists and humanitarian groups, including the International Rescue Committee, have urged the United States to accept at least 65,000 refugees by 2016, a figure that has garnered support from at least one presidential hopeful, Democrat Martin O'Malley.
But the federal government is focused on a much smaller figure, 10,000. The event's organizers say that is not nearly enough.
It's a tiny, tiny fraction of the amount of people that have been displaced by the war in Syria. 11 million at the very least we know are internally and externally displaced. Turkey has taken on more than 1 million. Lebanon, a country of 4 million, has 1 million Syrian refugees in it now.
But not everyone is convinced the United States can afford to do more.
These wonderful ideas have to be paid for. Who's going to pay for these children to be educated? The taxpayers. It's always on the back of the taxpayers, the middle class.
A UN official estimates that 1 million additional Syrians will be displaced by the end of 2015 if the war continues. Syrian-American Hamid Imam says the diaspora community is exhausted.
People are feeling hopeless, and it's like there's no end for this conflict, and no one just seems to care about our pain and our suffering.
Rally organizers say they plan to build on the event's momentum and create support systems for refugees that arrive in the United States to ensure, among other safeguards, that they have a place to stay. Ramon, VOA News, New York.